What's up, you guys? I am Dr. Nia. Welcome back to my channel. I told y'all when I say I'm Dr. Nia, I'm prepping because I'm going to be certified one day. So I'm preparing. So I'm practicing how to come to y'all and I can present the facts to y'all. But what is that in your mouth? Stop. I'm gonna make this video. I'm gonna try to make this video quick. I know it might end up getting long on me, but I want to talk to y'all about, I told y'all when I say I'm Dr. Nia, yeah, I know I'm coming to talk about some real shit. Pretty much a lot of things on my channel at this point is about real things going on in the world, especially in the Black community. Like I said, I'm coming. I know that's my purpose, and that's why I really want to, get real certified in this thing, like, because people really glorify the titles and stuff that they glorify. So I'm gonna get solidified. But I naturally study people. Like, I naturally study people and study situations. And this video is to talk about, I just got off the live with, what I was talking about in the last video with Chrisean's family. Like, and some people just like, why y'all in the family business so much? Everybody in the live and stuff. But China, which is the oldest sister, is a family of 12 of them. It's 12 kids, like I said in the last video. It's 12 kids, and then it was 2 parents. And this is why, it irritates me when people act like a 2-parent household automatically solidifies everything. Because do you see, with all the drama going on within their family, China is the oldest sister that I told y'all that was molested by the stepfather. Number 1. Number 2, her daughter, come to find out today, I'm finding out, because China was vocal about it. She got a bad relationship with some of her kids because China, the oldest sister who was molested by the stepfather, which is Chrisean's dad, is the one who molested her big sister. And her and Chrisean about 20 years apart. And to see it today on the live, China said that, it's just a cycle, y'all. Like, oh my gosh. And it's not just Baltimore, because it's not just her family. This is a thing in Baltimore City. What if I'm telling y'all about me and my own baby daddies? It's not even just Baltimore City. This is a thing in the Black community, period. But especially in the hoods. This is what's going on in the hoods for real. This is why the hood niggas is the hood niggas. This is why the hood girls is the baby mamas. Why we so pregnant at young ages. Why the boys so uneducated. Why the girls uneducated. This is why. Because when you fucking sexually abuse someone, that mentally fucks you up for life. You have to get therapy for that stuff. People can't barely afford therapy. They can barely afford the food. That's what her daughter, China daughter, was just on live, basically telling her background a little bit, how she was in foster care, or she had a foster mom, she had a good foster mom, and talking about the other siblings, because one of the oldest sister, I guess the older sister that China, because China had 9 kids, so her mama had 12 kids, which was Chrisean's line. That's their generation, Chrisean. And Chrisean is number 11 of 12. But China said that the oldest 3 kids of the 12 don't have the same dad. But the stepdad that molested her, they all had the other 8. It's Chrisean's dad, but the big sister who was molested, it was her, her stepdad, the oldest 3 kids, stepdad. And it's just sad how one man, look how many lives he destroyed. He destroyed all 12 kids. Because he may not have molested all 12 kids, but even what China was saying, her own son, because her son's is gay, and that's what I'm saying, most of the times when you're gay, you've been molested. Point blank period, because God didn't call us here to be with same sex. The devil was working. The devil, the kids were sacrificed to Moloch. The kids was left in the hands of these Molochs. I be talking about Moloch all the time because reading that part in the Bible about Moloch, and God told you not to sacrifice your children to Moloch, And that's a lot of things that the black community do. You sacrificing your children to Moloch, and by keeping it a secret, by telling everybody to keep it a secret, what goes on in this house, stay on in this house, by telling your kids to do that. And when your kids come to you and tell you that something has happened to them sexually or physically, and you brush it under the rug, you're at that point, you're sacrificing your child to Moloch. Especially when you send your child back over there, or allow your child to be left alone with that person, or even if you in the house and you see something and you turn a blind eye to that, at that point, you're sacrificing your children to Moloch. And that's the one thing God told us not to do. He forbade us to sacrifice your children to Moloch. But just to see, and in that picture, the family picture that they got up there, like China, and it's so funny, China posted that picture today and said, you could see the pain in my eyes in this picture. And we all been saying that in the comments, like, she was mad in that picture, that family picture. Like, you know, kids sometimes be all over the place in the family picture anyway, but she was not smiling for that shit. The mom, you can tell even she was just, her smile, you could just tell she was abused. And to see that if Chrisean is 20 years, she's, because what's her name? The oldest sister, China, says she's 42. Chrisean is what, like 21, 22? 20 years. So that man was beating on her for 20 years. For Chrisean to see her getting beat on, and the oldest sister vouched and said that the man was beating on the mom. And like I said, if a man know he can do anything to you, he damn sure gonna think he can do anything to your kids. If you can't protect yourself, the mom couldn't even protect herself against him. You think she really was gonna be able to protect them kids from him? Truthfully, I think, and that's what I wanted to get to, because they saying, I seen somebody in the comments, and China herself is on the live, it's on Instagram, and I believe her. Nobody's gonna, first of all, come on, clearly most of us are scared to talk about these kind of things, because you're scared about what the people gonna say about you, when whole time it's a lot of other people out here that been through the same very things as you. Some worse, some not as worse. But nonetheless, abuse is still abuse. No pain is greater than another, because none of us should have went through none of this stuff. None of us. Innocent, precious babies. And this is why I'm just so big on protecting my kids, bruh. But to see that she said that the family then molested her son. China said, because her oldest son, he's gay. Well, I don't even know if he's gay. I don't know which one it is, because I saw her post. She got 9 kids. So I don't know which one it was. I seen pictures, but she said that her son was willing to come on, because they were supposed to be doing like an interview tonight, but China's at work. She went back to work or something like that. So the guy who got on live to do the interview with her, because this needs to be brought to the forefront. And that's why God allowed everything to happen with Chrisean. He allowed it all. Like, that little girl got an anointing on her. As wild as we all got this to say about her. But we can see, a lot of us can see that Spirit of God within her. That Spirit of God within her. But because of all the trauma, it's like it got buried all the way to the bottom. But nonetheless, it's still in there. You can't take that out. A true righteous soul, you can't remove that. God ordained us to have these souls. But all the trauma has gotten packed on top. That's like having $1 million in a trash can, and then you throw a bunch of trash on top, $1 million prize in the bottom of that trash can, $1 million. But you threw all this trash on it, covering up the true gem that's at the bottom, like digging for gold. All that dirt that be buried down top, that be on top of the gold. Ari, come on, in. You need to just go somewhere. But to just see how one, because that's what I was getting to, because the daughter got on live basically talking about, one of her daughters, because one daughter is bashing China, which is the oldest sister of Chrisean's mom, who got molested. So her daughter, even China said in the video, she said, I wish I could have pushed her back up in there. And that's not right for her to say, but I feel for China, because she couldn't even be a good mom, because she don't know how to do that. She wasn't that. Look at everything she went through. She had to drop out of school to take care of all them goddamn siblings. That's what I'm saying. How dare you have all these kids? Like, how dare you? Like, and that's why you have to have, it really is. You do have to have forgiveness, because that stuff make you angry. It make you mad about that. Like, how can you just be that? But when you're damaged up here, that's what abuse does. And that lady, Chrisean's mom, well, China mom and Chrisean's mom, they're the same thing. The same person. You continue to, but that's that she was under narcissist abuse. And a lot of these narcissistic men, they like to keep you, because keeping you pregnant is a form of control too. Because if you're pregnant, you can't leave. If you give me all these babies, where a woman gonna go when she got all these babies with you? We be having 1, 2, 3 kids with a nigga and scared to leave him because we want to keep the family together. We already got, and in that case, Chrisean mama already had. I don't know if all 3 of the oldest ones got different fathers, because China ain't say that. She did write her book. She waiting to get it published. She got she said this ain't for clout, because everybody can keep saying she clout chasing. She been wrote that. You can tell. I have the gift to see. And because I know Baltimore City, and I just know what's going on in the world, period, in these cities. It ain't even about just Baltimore City. And I know what I've been through. And I know what my cousins that's dead because of this same shit. Because I know these people ain't lying. And even some of the other siblings who want to downplay China's story. First of all, every narcissistic family has the black sheep of the family. Every narcissistic family. Every toxic narcissistic family has the one black sheep of the family. And that's normally the truth teller of the family, who not going to pacify all the abuse and the wild, wicked shit that's been going on in the family. And that's why God allowed this. See how God, what happened? I've been telling y'all, I'm exposing everything in this season. God is, because the world is coming to an end. He's about to tear down these Sodom and Gomorrah cities. It's getting ready to get crazy. It's getting ready to get crazy. Because he tired. He tired. He freed us. I always say, black people, we are the Israelites. He freed us from bondage. He brought so much wrath onto America. So much wrath onto them to free us from bondage. And look what we out here doing. Destroying the generations. Destroying the cities. Further planning to these white people Ponzi scheme. They did this shit to us. And this is why I'm never going to be for that interracial dating shit. Never. God don't even want that. He don't even want that. Not to say that he don't want us to interact with them. He don't want us all to interact because we all his children, whether you white, black, or polka dot. But what do they always talk about in the Bible? It's the same thing. We're mammals. We're mammals too. What does he say about the spotted cows or whatever it was, the spotted cattle? No cattle should be mixed breeded. Like, it's illegal to mix breed. And that's what they did way back then. And the thing is, I know I might be getting all over the place, but I'm preaching today on this because I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it because it's destroying our love, our perception. Come on, Ceylani. Damn. I'm trying to do my video. She keeps snoring. If y'all hear that girl snoring, don't mind her. She keep fucking snoring. But, you know, and I don't remember where I was at, but just to see, you know, it's really go deep. We did, a lot of us, like, it's just generational, years of this. And everybody don't even understand why is it that way. Why am I fighting these demons? Because that was done on purpose. The white man was raping the men and the women. Do you think they was only raping the women back then, the slaves? That's how our black asses exist. Black people don't come from nowhere. That's why we the most hated. We're the black sheep of the world, of all the races. The same way we got this black sheep that goes within our inner families. The black sheep of the family. The one who might look different, act different, think different, do different. We're the black sheep of the community. What I tell y'all in that other video when I was doing my hair about why black people, why our hair the only hair. You know, even though some of our kids, I mean, some of us, period, got, you know, what they would consider the nicer grain, the 3C hair and all of that. But like me, I got that 4C. And I was complaining to y'all about that. Why do I got this 4C hair? Da da da. But when I go out, I'm observant. I'm so observant. That's why everywhere I go, I'm just looking around, analyzing. Like, I'm like a walking analyzing machine. It's so irritating because I don't want to do this. This is just in my nature. Like, this is in my nature. I'm a Virgo. This is in my nature. Like, that's why I don't understand why that dude be saying that stuff ain't real. Like I said in one of them other videos, that stuff is real. Just like I saw today on there, the dude said the toxic traits of Virgos, they're judgmental, and we are. What I tell you in the other video, yes, I judge. Yes, I do. I judge. But I judge to come to a conclusion, to figure out where, like that thing, wanting that save a whole complex, thinking I'm gonna change stuff. Because the other toxic trait he says, that perfectionist thing. Virgos, it's toxic because that's not the world we live in. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is gonna be perfect. But because we have that ideal in our head that it needs to go this way, it needs to be that way, we criticize things because we're very critical, analytical. We analyze it. That's why we good with business, because we will analyze what a problem is. That's how I used to do in my job. I'm like, how do they not see where y'all lacking at? That's why y'all got me on this front line, and I need to be on back line, because y'all need to be telling y'all the ideas at the meetings. I'm like, because y'all got it all screwed up. But anyway, let's get back on track. But to see that China, you know, I'm just saying this because it started there. They were raping our men. They didn't put us all. I told y'all about the rat experiment that they've done on us. We're the black sheeps of the community, and they know our true strength. Just like in any narcissistic family, they know your true strength. They know that you're bold to speak up and go against a whole family of people. To be one against 10, 12 people or more, you're bold. The black sheep of the family is typically the bold one. They the ones who said, I ain't going out like that. I'm speaking on it. I don't care how y'all feel. I don't care if y'all never fuck with me again. I'm speaking on it. Just like now, with me saying all of this stuff, I've been telling y'all, my family, telling her all this, I'm exposing the world. Like, this is the exposing season. This is God's will. That's why I told that girl, trying to tell your story. Fuck with your sisters and them saying. First of all, that sister, she hating on Chrisean because she want to take her music to that level. And Chrisean then flew past her. You hating on your own little sister. That envy that go on in our community. And the white man sitting back just look at them self-destructing. This is why they don't care. They let us kill each other off. What did they say about the whole reason why they was trying to do the whole abortion thing was to save white life for real? And y'all planning to their Ponzi scheme. We all planning to the scheme. This is why enough gotta be enough, bruh. Look at what it's doing to our community. Like, that's what I'm saying. To look at Chrisean's family, they all fucked up. Every last one of them. I told you I've been doing my research on them. I've been doing, and somebody else on the live, they was talking about K-Search too. I was like, yeah, see, because when you from Baltimore, well, you from Maryland, period, you know about Maryland K-Search. And that's any city, but I don't know how good everybody else city is with it. But everything is up there. And I told you, I've been looking up, after this, I'm going to go look up China shit too. Because somebody in the comments said China tried to fight to get y'all back, telling the daughter that. Because a lot of China had 9 kids. Her mama had 12 kids. You see how that cycle happened? That first one, she took care of all of her siblings. That abuse she went through led her to the generational curse. Generational curses are real. Look at me and my mom and her mom. And her mom. The toxic mother-daughter relationship, the curses of it. I'm just like my mom, had 2 baby daddies, that Jezebel spirit. The same thing. Look just like her. I'm just a darker version. You know, it's just the curses. And that's in the word of God. Somebody has to break it, or it will continue and continue and go on to your child, and then their child, and then their child. And everybody wondering why we all some lost souls walking around the world sad. Everybody on the weed. Looking at Chrisean's family, all of them been in jail. Except I don't know if that little baby, the last brother, because he got to deal with, he on the Falcons. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they seen a lot. But they just said, I heard that one of the, well, China said that one of the siblings molested her son. But they said, somebody in the comments of some other blog or something I was on looking at it, that person said that it was actually the brother that Chrisean is real cool with. And that's why when you hear these dudes talking about they fighting demons, because a lot of times, I tell you about my baby daddy. Like, my second one. Even the first one, but more so the second one, because, you know, I told y'all, he's been more vocal, and I've seen, you know, just so much that he said. He's so much different than my first baby daddy. That nigga just a deaf mute. Like, he just gonna act like he ain't gonna act like he affected by nothing like that. I mean, he'll talk about some things. He has talked about his, you know, his past and stuff, you know, with his family, because his mama was on drugs too. But you see how they purposely drop the drugs in our community. Where is black people gonna get the drugs from? Where do we get the guns from? We don't even really have no money. We don't even have in the cities, they don't even barely have no cars to go get this stuff. Where are they getting the white man is purposely dropping it on our community. This is modern day slavery. This is a whole scheme to keep us down, keep the black people down. We are the black sheep of the race. They know our true power, and they want to do everything. Look at how they do us in our families. They do everything to keep you from figuring out that you're truly anointed. They do everything in their power to keep you down. But like I said, this goes on because the white men started this. They do it to their own. But like I said, I don't care about them. I care about what they have done to us. Because they walk around like they shit don't stink while we out here just, look around, we out here just fucking, just crashing daily, crashing physically, mentally, spiritually, we just crashing. Look at our boys. Look at the cities. And it ain't just Baltimore City. It ain't just DC. It ain't just Chicago. What I was talking to y'all when we was riding that train the other day, I said all these cities is like the same. They all got the same street names. I'm like, dang. And I said this city kind of remind me of Baltimore a little bit. Like, and just to be down there at West Transfer Center, just seeing the niggas, like all these cities are the same. And who's in those cities? Us. And then when you get out to the suburbs, because we out where we at now, and it's very interesting. And that's why this is why I had to go through everything I had to go through. This is why I had to live in the circumstances I lived in. Because even living in Jewtown, when I lived in Baltimore, I lived in Jewtown, I observed the Jews. I observed how they are a collective. They move as a unit. They build together. I see how the Chinese, they build together. But we're so divided. They've done so much that they put us all in the bucket. Crabs in a bucket, and we fighting, everybody fighting to get out. So that's why when I see you get out, I'm trying to pull you back down. And then if you do get out now, we gotta eat you. We gotta eat you up. You can't be the only one that made it out and we ain't make it out. How dare you? Like, look at what the dudes do to each other. Look at what the girls do to each other. We ain't killing each other off literally with the guns like they are. But we try to damage each other too through the hate and the envy. Let me do this better than her. Like a bunch of competition we got. Trying to win over these niggas who's struggling inside. Their souls is dead. And we wonder why they can't be emotionally available to us. Why they can't open up to us. Why they can't really even trust women. Because look, you got mothers. No shade to Chrisean mom, and because it's just the environment. What Lucci say in that song, we just a product of our environment. We just some young niggas struggling who got tired of it. From what them crackers quick to hang you like an ornament. It's just crazy. That's why I listen to this song, to hear these dudes pouring their hearts out, and people think it's just regular rap, but these little niggas pouring their heart out. Like, as much as I got the feelings that I feel towards these dudes, bruh, I know that they're a product of their environment. They've been damaged. That's why I be hating the mamas. That's why literally when I be, and even the mamas, it ain't even their fault. We can't, it's like, as much as we be wanting to do the blame game, and that's what China's daughter was saying on there, like, because her sister, Alexis, is back saying a bunch of stuff about her mom. She said her mama that fucked her man, talking about China that fucked her man, and just that toxic, narcissistic mother-daughter. You could tell China, you know, she's damaged because of the molestation, because of the abuse. Your own mama gave you 2 black eyes for telling you that her husband was talking nasty to her, touching on her. Like she said on the live, I'm on that phone, and I don't got that other phone no more, so I can't even tell y'all what her Instagram name. I think it's China Chyna, China God's Child, something like that. But if y'all go on like Gossip of the City T, or go on them blogs, y'all typing Chrisean Brock or something like that, y'all, it'll pop up, because a lot of them be going live, and it's just more and more and more coming out about the family. And then you got the sister that looks all of them favor each other, actually. The sister that looks just like Chrisean, I think her Instagram name is like Tasaki or something. You know, her and a couple other siblings trying to cover it up, trying to say that the China lying, but that girl not lying. And y'all might not all got different versions of the stepdad. Well, of y'all dad, you know, like I said in one of them videos, these stepdaddies be seeing them stepkids, if they the bad ones, because not all stepdaddies are bad, but they be seeing them kids as other booty, the little boys too. This why these boys is messed up, bruh. They can't even be vulnerable and vocal enough to even tell. Why you think half of these dudes is gay? Half of them are on the down low. Look at Atlanta. So many guys. Those them demons. If you ever hear dudes say he fighting demons, it ain't that many type of demons to be fighting. I told you. That's why I be saying that video is, it's not that many different varieties of, we're human. It only so many things you can go through. You either been in foster care, you've been raped, you've been molested, you've been neglected, you know, it's the same things. We all, like the ones who've been through it, because everybody didn't come from them environments. But the ones who come from them environments, it's all the same thing. You've been raped, molested, you know, been abused physically, been neglected, been, you know, it's them same 4 things. Had your siblings turn against you, had your own mama turning against you, had, you know, daddy issues, mommy issues. It's the same thing. Been in situations where you did something, you now that you older, you regret even doing it. You didn't understand what you was doing. It's like, I feel like the brother that they said molested that kid, he probably was just doing what was done to him. Look what R. Kelly said. They did it to me. And your mom be screwed. Your mom be screwed. And they don't offer, like, we don't just go to therapy, because everybody, I don't need no therapist. I ain't going to talk to these white people about my problems. I ain't going to tell people my business so they can make me feel bad. Own it. That's why I told China, I sent her a nice message. I said, keep telling your story. Don't shut up. Don't let them silence you. You've been silenced long enough, and look at you. That's why you're dying inside. That's why your soul is crashed. But even her, because when God is in you, no matter how much stuff has happened, you still believe. You still believe. She got definitely the heart of forgiving. Like, she forgave her mom. She said her mama didn't apologize, you know, several times about not believing her. She took it to the guidance counselor when she was in school, I guess. She's telling her stuff. And I told her, tell your story. Write your book. Keep telling your story. So many of us can relate to your story. Keep telling it. Expose the enemy. Make the devil go back into hiding. Send him back in his tree he came out of. Send him back. One demon destroyed that whole family. That's 21 lives. 9 kids plus 12 kids. That's 21 children. 21 children of the future. 21 mamas and daddies. Because most of them got, well, the China kids, they probably ain't got no kids yet. But the oldest one, I think she got maybe like a 16. You never know. I don't know yet if she got. But her kids have had kids. So now that's them passing it on to their kids. So that's the reason I'm kind of glad that Chrisean, at this point, I'm kind of glad that Blueface do be making her get them abortions. Because she don't need no baby right now. You need healing, boo. The baby ain't gonna solve it, because until you get your shit right, you gonna pass that same shit on. And the way she be crying out her songs, drinking, like she gets so emotional when she get drunk. That drunk shit brings the truth out. That shit brings the truth out. That's what I was saying about the weed in that one video. I'm like, they swear weed so bad. I really think that that's, once again, part of the government's thing. Weed helped me get me closer to God. And I'm going to post that video. I keep saying I'm going to post that video. I got a bunch of videos to post. I'm going to post that video when I was at the park talking about this that day. I'm going to post it. But they let us have all this liquor everywhere. That spirit. The Russian liquor. This bullshit. This stuff, this drunkenness. But reading the Bible and see how the same thing, the drunkenness, like this stuff, we literally are living the same thing that them disciples and everybody lived in the Bible. Same thing. Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm about to actually read that after I put her to bed. I'm about to get in there and really read that part, you know. But to see that one man destroyed the mama, all her kids, and then all they kids, that is 21 plus the mama, 22 lives. Now, plus they said that the mama actually, that Chrisean's mom has a total of 28 grandchildren. And do you see how the cycles repeat? China went on to have just as many kids as her mama did, basically. And probably not even knowingly. And then she went to jail. Struggling. Most of the people that go to jail in the city, the most girls who be going to the city, even go to jail. You even going to jail behind stealing, trying to survive for your family. You getting caught up behind a nigga, running behind these niggas. You get caught up with them. Like, you know. And this is why I say, look how the severity. It doesn't matter about it being a two-parent household if it ain't quality parents. Quality over quantity, baby. Quality over quantity. And this is why it's important for us to all heal. And this is exactly why my mission is to help mentally, spiritually, and to give back. Because I know the feeling. I know it. I know how it feels to have your family going against you. I cry still about what my cousin, you know, the effect that everything on him and my cousins, everything that they went through, they mama putting them up against each other, which y'all did to my favorite cousin. Like, I love all three of them, but my favorite was the oldest one, like, you know, because we was so much alike. And that's why when it's all said and done, I omit it all. Like, I'm gonna show y'all how God is real. I'm glad his page set up, because he really, when it's all said and done, you alright. You alright. He knew. He saw. He had the gift to see. He been talented. He was talented too. But the lifestyle, when shit going wrong at home, what you do? Run out to the streets. Everybody looking for love in the street. That's why that other video, I probably deleted it to clear up space. But I did a video on that, talking about my cousins, talking about this shit. It got to get exposed, bruh. No more. Fuck all that shit that y'all been talking about for all these years about what goes on in this house, stay on in this house. You're doing more damage to your kids saying that shit than good. Now, it's to a degree, there's certain shit, you know, but you gotta be vocal with these kids. This is real life we living in. This is real life. Real life. all that sugarcoat and pacifying shit. This is what I be talking about. And I should have never cut all that, because I was talking in my birthday video. I was kind of talking about this accountability thing. And people, oh, why do people always want people to pacify stuff? Look what pacify stuff does to us. Look at us. Looking at all the Chrisean siblings, all I see is trauma in all of them. I can see it. That man messed y'all all up. He's still messed up. To see how he even dressed at his age, sir, you can just tell a lot. You can just tell a lot about a person. Like they say, don't judge a book by its cover, but you can damn sure see a lot. You can't always, but the cover, what my daughter was learning in school, you can predict. You can predict by what's going on in the cover page. You can predict a little bit. You can make a prediction. You're teaching them how to make predictions. You can make a prediction based on what you see. You might not get it all right, but you see something. I looked on that man page, and I didn't case search him. And you been in prison. And a lot of these niggas be so pressed to live by the sword, die by the sword, and they so tough till they get to prison, get that booty taken. Now you coming out of the jail. I watched them videos. The videos is on YouTube. The information is out here. The videos of what goes on in prison. Is so many dudes that done told their story about what happened in prison. And that's something, another demonic spirit is on you. While they fighting demons, having flashbacks about that stuff. Having flashbacks of what you done that you know wasn't right. But you felt like you had to fit in. Like I said, this is exposing season. And it has to be brought to the light. Because if change is going to occur, you have to first get to the root of the issue. And it's also bringing awareness that how we as women, we got to do better. How the men got to do better. All around the board. All across the board. We have to do better. We have to pay attention to the signs. We have to stop being desperate. We have to understand that we can say no. You can say no. You can speak up. Look at everybody. That's why everybody's coping with the liquor, the drugs, the going out, trying to just fight. Because a lot of people cannot even stand their own thoughts because they go back to thinking about all of that bad stuff that didn't happen. Your mind will naturally, like I said, you have to keep your mind busy. You have to keep it busy with the right things. So it'll go wandering off. Going wandering off the la la land. Going wandering off back to the past 20 years ago, 50 years ago. You have to keep it focused. You literally have to train your mind. The power of the mind is not a joke. That's one organ or whatever it is that we truly don't value, and that we truly don't understand the importance of keep feeding it the right things and not the wrong things. I said that in one of them other videos, because what you feed into your mind, it's like you're like a shredder. What you put in your mind, you put that piece of paper in. Just think of your body as a shredder. The information you put in it shreds into here. And you either gonna have the good shit down here or the bad shit down here. If you're receiving good information in your brain, okay, it's gonna process into your body, process into your soul, and you're gonna be able to make better decisions based off the good information you were given. And it's gonna take you further ahead in life. It teaches you more. But if you processing all negativity, if you getting all negativity in your brain, you processing all negativity, and that reflects in your mood. It reflects in your day-to-day. That's how you get depressed. It's the thoughts that you think about. That stuff is literally spiritual. It's your thoughts. When you think about bad stuff, and look how it affects your mood. Well, you could be having a good time, and then somebody say something that remind you of something from the past that was a bad situation. And it can trigger you. It can cause you to fall sad. It might cause you to get angry. You know, this whole situation with that family is really sad, but God is using them. People keep talking about they clout chasing. No, this is God's work. God is using them. This is why he allowed Chrisean to get with Blueface. This is why he allowing it all. This is why. Because he knew that She come from a big family. And just like I said, look at how many lives that is. That mama got 28 grandchildren. Some is great and, you know, grand. But some of them China's kids, some of them just meeting a grandmama. Some of them just, she said she just met one of her other sisters because they all got separated, I guess, when China went to jail. You know? And then you get these foster parents. They feel like, oh, I done did this and that, which they did. It's truly a blessing for you to have taken in their kids and do right by them. Because a lot of foster parents don't do right by the kids. They just get them for a check. And then they like, shoot, your own mama ain't want you. Your own mama could. Your own mama this. I'm going to treat you bad too. And then you got some that get them and then you want to bash the biological mom. They don't even really know her story like that. You know? And this whole thing is making me just, you know, I already had empathy. But I know I be hard on the moms too because I can't rock with certain shit. Because I'm a mom, it's just certain shit I can't rock with. And that's why not just because you a mom, I can't just be your friend just because you a mom. Because shit that you would allow happen as a mom, I wouldn't allow. Your version of mommy and is different from my version. And just like hearing China talk about some shit today, she said she wish she could put that child back up in her. How about you acknowledge her hurt? Just because you forgave your mom very easy. You can't rush nobody's healing process. You can't rush it. And just like me, when you can't, what I've been telling y'all about my mom, you have to be woman enough first. The thing with China's mom, which is Chrisean's mom, your mom apologized. A lot of these mamas ain't doing that. And it's harder when you have to forgive on your own versus you really feeling a parent that really is sorry, truly, genuinely sorry for what she caused you. When you don't feel that she's truly, genuinely apologetic, sometimes it takes you longer to forgive because you now that's something you have to go within and really just put all the feelings to the side and do on your own. Even though she still feel a way about you, still treat you like that. And I think that's probably why one of China's daughters, they say Alexis, is the one, because she been going in on her mama, posting her case search stuff. Like, because I told y'all this stuff is public record. I said this video wasn't getting long and look at it. It's 45 minutes long. The baby sleep. You know, but this stuff is just really, I'm paying such attention to it because this is the stuff that matters to me. Like, our children are the future. Look at what we're doing. Look at what we're doing to our community, bruh. Look at what we're doing. It really saddens me. It saddens me to see the boys envying each other, killing each other like life means nothing. When everybody just, it's survival. And it's a difference. When you grow up on love versus growing up on survival, your mindsets are totally different. That's why so many girls, you know, but there's plenty of girls who only grew up on survival too. So we all messed up. It ain't even just one sex. The women need to be accountable and the men. It take two. It take two to tango. It's not just the boys. It's not just the girls. It needs to be some true healing and forgiving in the Black community and true effort to make change. I really do. And I'm not going to stop fighting for us. Like I said, I'm never going to go against the grain. I'm never stepping outside of my race just because it's hard to deal with us. I might not want to get close to everybody, but overall, I'm still for my own people. We all we got. Everybody is against us. We all we got. We all we got. So if we can't even have each other back, who else gonna have us? That's why so many people depressed and feel alone now. Families against you. Friends against you. Everybody wants to see you down because you're trying to climb out. Like I'm going through my own life. Like, damn, none of y'all want to see. Like, y'all so envying me because of my goals. Because of the vision that God gave me. Look at how Joseph, I always talk to y'all about Joseph. Look how Joseph in the Bible, Joseph's brothers, look how they did him. Envy him for his vision. Envy him because God chose him. Envied him. And I was just watching the video that Birdman did. And he said that, you know, a hater, you can deal with a hater. Because 9 times out of 10, a hater is somebody who don't know you. They far away from you. They just talking they little shit. They trolling. They just hating because they, you know. But a person, a motherfucker that envy you, that's somebody that's close up on you. And that's dangerous. That's like literally sleeping with the enemy. Sleeping with a motherfucker that's envious of you, that wants your life, that wants your likeness, that want to do everything just like you. And instead of being inspired, they really want to remove you out the picture so they can be the next it. It's dangerous. And that's why I say a lot of us be sleeping with the enemy. Look at these niggas. I'm not, like I told you on that one video, my second baby daddy said, who made you? Like, even when he finally poured out to me how he felt that day, like how everything happened, I'm like, dang, you held this shit in for that long? You got a real hate towards me, bruh. But then you covered it up with all this love. That's some dangerous shit. And look at how it panned out. You was gonna try to take me out. You gotta disguise it as love. Look how most of these motherfuckers do. Look at everybody, most of the time the people that get killed, they get killed by somebody that they know personally, a friend, your best friend, your lover, your sibling. It be somebody that's up close and personal. It ain't never a fan from afar, the ones that just might see you, they just seen you a couple times and they see you on that. They hate on you. They don't even know you though. But the ones that envy, that's a deadly sin. That's a deadly sin. That's one of the 7 deadly sins. I did videos on this a couple months ago. And it's just so funny how everything is like aligning. That's how I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. This is my calling. This is my calling. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, everything. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. That's why even me putting my own business out there, I had to. As I say, you can't be embarrassed. Everybody want to act like, oh, private life, private life. The same shit that you trying to suppress and that you crying about in the dark. Like I told China in that video, in that message. God see it. God saw it all. You ain't hiding shit. Because God saw it. Every sneaky thing you think you doing. Every sneaky thing you thought you have done. All the nasty shit the motherfuckers want to do or think is doing in the dark. You under the covers. Messing with the kids under the covers. You think nobody home. You think no cameras around. You think nobody watching. God sees it all. And it's just so funny how my daughter was learning about the owls in school. Everything. God, it's all be tying in. My daughter learned about the owls in school. They got 70, they vision. When I tell y'all that video, the vision, they the ones up at night. You can't see what they can see in the night. It's just like God. Just like God. God saw it. And that's how what goes on in the dark must come to the light. Look at R. Kelly's situation. Happened many a years ago. Look at Bill Cosby, many a years ago. What was done in the dark will come to the light. And that's why you gotta be careful about what you're doing and don't ever think that nobody watching. Even when you outside, walking outside, I'll always be looking out the window. You never know if somebody watching you. Somebody's always watching. But the main person, the main spirit, the Spirit of God, He is watching. He done seen it all. He is seeing it all. And this is why we know of our good friend Karma. Karma don't play fair with none of us. Don't play fair with none of us. You know. But I'm not preaching, y'all. This is just some real shit, bruh. And we gotta stop. We gotta do better. This is why we can't find true, genuine love. This is why, like I told him in the comments, this is why the boys dropping out of school in 9th grade. Look at China, why she had to drop out of school to take care of her siblings. How dare. And this is why it kind of do make you mad at the mama, but even her mama, it probably happened to her. You know, the same cycle. Same cycle. Neglect. You got multiple baby daddies. Then you get with that last one, you feel like, all right, I gotta stay with him. Cause this is it, and I'm gonna marry him. And now you feel stuck with him. Now you give him all these kids. And then you really feel stuck. Until it was enough. Because her dad married to a new woman now. I was looking on the thing, they got divorced in 2001, 2002. And he got a new wife. All the information is there. That's one thing I love about public record. You can look a motherfucker up. Like, why they trying to say this person lying, that person lying? The information is there. The information is there. And just off of that, you can see. Come on now. Just like the dad, though. Even with the dad that did it, guarantee he was molested too. Or because of what another grown man in jail might have took his booty. I told y'all it's a G-spot back there. It's a G-spot in your butthole. And once you hit that, that turns your little, it does something for them too. So, even with him, it's just generational. He probably did it to his son. Getting drunk. When you drunk, look at how many, like, do y'all not peep the game? Like drunk and on drugs. When you under those type of, them heavy hitters, that liquor, them high drugs, them bad drugs, the crack, the heroin, you hide up like that, you might not even remember what you did, because you on them drugs, you going, you rolling, you feeling a feeling that you ain't, men penis already got a mind of its own. Them niggas wake up on the hard. It's its own, it has its own mind already. Like, you know, and they get drunk and them spirits, that liquor is demonic. And it's so funny how I just can't, that's how it's so funny that it's not, you know, to try to make it seem like I'm better than nobody or nothing. But it's that soul I have. That's why that girl said in that comment, your purpose is big. People keep saying this thing God put on is big. I hate liquor. I've never liked liquor, bruh. It never have done right with me. But I love that weed, though. And that's what I'm saying. People be saying that God don't want you smoking weed. I really don't feel like that's the truth. It becomes a thing when you idolize it. What I do in them videos earlier, the other day, as of right now, I still ain't posted. I actually was working on it before I started watching the live on there. It becomes bad when it produces them deadly sins within you, the sloth, the envy, the pride, and when you idolize it, that's when it becomes bad, when it makes you lazy, that sloth energy. And when you idolize it, and that's the first thing you do when you wake up. I would hit the weed. I ain't even pray to God yet, but I go roll up, hit the blunt. What I always say, that food and that weed, those are my comforts. I say, I don't need no friends. As long as I got the weed and my food, who gives a fuck about a friend? Who gives a fuck about a nigga? I got the food, the weed, and my money. Because I need the money to get the weed and get the food. Those three, but that's why God has had to do what he has done in my life, bruh. You know, and I just really pray for healing on the Black community. We all collectively, even if you haven't been through things as traumatic as me, as traumatic as the next person, we still, period, collectively, we need healing. Because you might not have went through the same childhood traumas, but you done probably been through something in a relationship. And because of that person's childhood traumas, it done messed you up. Now how you're viewing relationships, you know? And it's just unfortunate shit. But you know, Y'all, this video, I ain't mean to make it an hour long, but I'm passionate about this. Because it saddens me. I just be wishing I can just give it. Even though part of me just be like, ugh, because I can't deal with people. Like, even the girls downstairs, like, that's in the building, like, I don't be talking to them like that. I mean, I'll speak a little bit, but you know how people be trying to talk and stuff. And I just really don't get to asking me too many questions. Don't get the, I'm not trying to be cool with nobody. I don't even really want my kids I'm not here for that. But at the same time, I still want well for them. I still just want to give them, because some of them, I'm like, you could just tell. Looking at them, I'm like, we all just fucked up. Them cigarettes. I always have said that people who smoke cigarettes are depressed, whether you know it or not. My baby daddy my first one, he's a cigarette smoker. Hit them bitches. And I noticed the other people that I know, because my second baby daddy, he'll smoke a cigarette every so often. Like, if you really under stress, I noticed that a lot of people really do it when they under stress. Even at the jobs, they go, when they stressed out the job, they go smoke a cigarette. It's like it's supposed to suppress you or whatever it does. But like I said in that video, they let us get all these other things that are bad for us. They let you, it's okay to have cigarettes. It's okay to have liquor. That's legal. You can get liquor anywhere, especially with us living down here in Texas. You can buy liquor anywhere in a Walmart. But the weed is so bad. I told y'all in that other video. I did, and I'm gonna post it. But truthfully, the weed, it's an herb. It's an herb. Why would you think, first of all, the government, anything that they allow us to have willingly, the stuff that they put in the media, that they keep on the forefront to keep us distracted, to keep us feeding into their Ponzi schemes, those are the things we need to be careful about. The stuff that they try to ban us from. What they did to Dr. Sabah. Look at what I was talking about it in that video. Look at what they doing to the farmers. Look what they did to that Amish farmer. Look at what they doing. And now they slowly but surely letting weed be legal, because they can profit off of it. But even with that, that's why we gotta be careful, because now y'all probably putting stuff in it. They inject everything that's supposed to be organic. They inject it all with something. They don't want you smoking the weed to feel better. They want you on their pills. They want you on the pills that make them trillions of dollars. They keep you addicted, keep you coming back for more for that. Not the herbal. They don't want you on the herbal. Trust me, if weed was truly, truly bad for us, they would let us have it legally without all these stipulations that they put on it. And the only reason why I feel like they slowly but surely for the longest time, that was a way to keep the black man down. Like, I've been doing research too, man. It's just so much stuff. That's why I say the government is the devil. Like, look what I'm telling you guys. I've been exposing the government to you guys. It's just crazy that this flesh shit is fake. It's all spiritual wickedness. This video is an hour and 2 minutes long. So I'm tired of preaching. I'm gonna just probably keep dropping videos on this stuff, y'all. But nonetheless, protect your kids. Stop sacrificing them to Molech. Love yourself. Protect yourself. If a person see that you don't even love yourself, they can't love you no more than you love yourself. And if they do act like they love you more than they love yourself, they're probably them obsessed lovers that'll eventually try to take you out of here. So pay attention to the red flags, y'all. And that's with any and everybody. I don't care how much you love them, how cool you think they are. Pay attention to the red flags. And it's okay to love a person. It's okay to forgive a person. But that don't mean you got to be close up on them. That don't mean they got to be included in your day-to-day life, everyday life. If it's detrimental to your soul and your health, they gotta go. They got to go. They got to be willing to go put the work in. And once you see that they put the work in spiritually first, mentally first, well, second, once you see that they putting the work in, then you let God determine if they can re-enter the picture. But until then, you got to keep your spirit cleansed, and you got to keep detoxing it. Detox it from all your own wicked ways and the wicked ways of others. Because that's why so many of us, like I said, fall into depression, suicidal, starting to hate yourself, and then starting to hate other people because you hate yourself. Because misery loves company. You know, we just got to do better, because it's affecting the masses. It's affecting our relationships, which is in turn affecting our children, which is affecting the next generation, which is it's polluting the whole Black race. And we don't even true. We really the chosen ones. We really special. We the black sheeps. The black sheeps of the families is always the one. Always the chosen ones. The chosen ones is always the black sheep, the ones who was treated like the bottom of the barrel, because God put something special in us. Something special in us. But yeah, y'all, I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces.